Spite Fences by Trudy Krischer. Made by Journey Waiters. Spite Fences takes place in 1960 in Kinship, Georgia, also during the time of segregation, when blacks and whites could not interact with each other. My first and main character is Magnolia April Pug, Maggie for short. Maggie is a white, 13-year-old whose job is to use her hands and work hard. Maggie thinks different than most white people in Kinship. She is a housekeeper for a colored man, which is illegal, and loves her camera. They help her remember things and also help her to remember to tell the truth all the time. George Hardy is an older colored man that Maggie cleans house for. George becomes great friends with Maggie and performs a speech on Independence Day. This speech teaches the colored people that what they call Independence Day is not the true meaning of independence. My next character is Virgil Bogg. Virgil Bogg is Maggie's awful next-door neighbor who treats her with lots of disrespect. Virgil's family and Maggie's family are what you can call enemies. Virgil gets Maggie's family into lots of trouble with the police just for being with colored people. Zeke, on the other hand, is Maggie's colored trading friend of hers. He got her the job cleaning house for George Hardy. Zeke also gave Maggie her finest treasure, her camera. Zeke has been trying to end segregation all of his life, and for that he was beat many times throughout the story. And Maggie happened to see them all, but with the help of her camera, she remembered every little detail. Gardenia Pug is Maggie's 7-year-old sister, who is the mother's golden child, as I like to call her. She is the pretty one in the family. She is encouraged not to do chores because it might injure her beautiful hands, her mother says. She won her family lots of money for winning the Little Miss Beauty contest. But that made Mama happy, and what makes Mama happy makes everyone happy. Oh, speaking of Mama, Maggie's Mama is a very grouchy, unliked lady. She has mood swings pretty often. Mama likes to say Gardenia is a beauty queen, while Maggie is a worker. She always compliments Gardenia by saying, "Baby girl, you're so sweet and beautiful." When it comes to Maggie, all she gets compliment-wise is, "You ain't much to look at. It's a good thing you can work." The conflict of Spite Fences is a racial issue in Kinship, Georgia, in the 1960s. For example, Zeke, Maggie's colored best friend, and Maggie have to sneak around just to say hey or hang out a while. Throughout the book, they express how much segregation is happening. Having to use different restrooms, drinking out of different fountains, or standing in different lines just to order a simple piece of bread or any other kind of food. Lots of segregation was going on in Kinship, Georgia in the 1960s. All the drama began when Maggie witnessed Zeke's beating by Virgil. and the Coloreds' territory, the park, late at night when they thought no one would be around watching. But luckily, Maggie was there to see it all and had her handy-dandy camera. Now, the big bang happens when Maggie tells about all the beatings she has saw with Zeke and begins to understand why facing the truth is so important. It all starts to calm down when Maggie finally realizes why the truth is so important, which is because people get punished for doing wrong, and gets her and her friends and family out of trouble. But also, she confessed all the lies she has told and all the beatings she has seen. So in other words, the truth was finally let out. And that concludes the story Spite Fences by Trudy Krischer, which I have completed. The end.